Hello, everyone. Hi. Let me see if everything is all right. So I have to take a. Nice to see you all. I already miss you so much. Happy today. Today is International Happiness Day. Did you know that we do have an International Happiness Day, March 20th? Yes. Happy Nowruz. Happy spring. Like, you're happy. I mean, there is no other explanation. Be happy with no reason. We don't need reason to be happy. My name is Iman. Welcome to the Iman Show. And I will be your host in next 90 minutes. We're going to talk about happiness. We missed a couple of our sessions over the last 2 days because I was so doing my kind of New Year stuff. As you know, I am Persian. And in my country, Iran, we celebrate the first day of spring as our New Year. Today was technically our New Year, and I've been doing some stuff. My beautiful Persian community that are watching me, they know what exactly I'm talking about. We have a lot of stuff to do before the actual New Year, Nowruz. And some of them, one of the most challenging one is called, technically in English, it's called home shaking, like khune tekuni. That's what they call it, home shaking. You need to shake everything in your house to clean it up, like go every corner, just bring everything out, wash, clean, make everything crystal clean and sparkling. So I've been doing these things over the last couple of days, and yeah, so that's why I was so tired. I couldn't have the thing shows, but so glad to be back. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching me. Today is we have a lot to talk about, right? And let's begin with happiness. If you want to have other shares, you are more than welcome to do. You can talk about spring, you can talk about nature, you can talk about happiness, you can talk about Nowruz. We will talk about Nowruz, of course. Nowruz is the let's say the eldest tradition in my country, thousands of years. And there are so many beautiful stories about Nowruz as well. So we'll talk about that one too. For now, let's just open the stage and see who is ready to join and who wants to share and talk about happiness and maybe spring. Yeah, and happy Nowruz to you all. Yeah, so let's begin with a Persian friend. My Iranian friend, and 3, 2. I hope that this time you are in a room with the door closed. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, you join from random places. You are walking. You go in somewhere place. In a restaurant or car or yeah. So
Yeah.
how you doing?
No, today I'm home.
Okay.
Right now I'm home. So
عید شما مبارک.
عید شما مبارک. مرسی.
Thank you so much. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. I've been busy all day talking to family.
Oh yeah, بیا عمه جان بیا میخواد کیمیا باهات صحبت کنه. نمیخواد صحبت. No, come.
No, I do. No, I do.
Yeah,
That's
this
the
kind of
thing.
stuff.
I
You know,
do.
like in Persian community, Persian family, you know, like it's kind of like a tradition. I don't know if like the exact moment, because our New Year is not like Western, you know, like this kind of like January New Year that it happens exact midnight. You know, every time it could be different. Every year we have our New Year in exact time. Like today it was 11:30 something in the morning in Toronto time. Next year it could be 7 p.m. Next year it could be 2 p.m. So they have this calculation. Anyway.
Last year it was 3 a.m.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
that 3 a.m. So but this is it in Persian families, the exact moment that it is now the new year, they pick up the phone and they start to call all the whole family, like from top to the bottom, and every single person that they call, oh my god, they would say, hi, hey, Kimia is here, she wants to talk to you as well. So Kimia is not even here. No, come. This is your great auntie. I don't even know them. No, say I love you. Say I love you. You know, that's the thing. So this is a very beautiful tradition, though. But I understand what you're talking about. Yeah. So you need to talk to all these second, third, fourth cousins and say hi, Happy New Year.
That's not me. No.
Yeah.
I talk to my family by myself. I call my family.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay. So.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm the one who wakes my parents up for no reason.
Yeah, there usually is one in the family that they call everyone and just pass the phone. Come
Yeah.
to.
That's me. That's me. I'm the one who calls everyone and passes the phone to.
Okay, so how is everything going? How is Nowruz? How is your
Good.
8th?
Pardon?
Today is Happiness Day, International Happiness Day.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy today. The biggest reason is being our new year. Got to talk to all of my family. You know, spent time with my parents. We went out for brunch today, so that was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, had a lot of fun.
Alrighty. Well, yeah. So thank you.
Your day?
So my day was good. I mean, as I said, I've been bastante ocupado. Mi día fue bastante ocupado. Tengo que practicar español, ¿sí? Tengo que practicar español. So no problem. Me either. No problem. But so that's the thing. Yeah, so let's see. You are so passionate about Iranian traditions.
Yeah.
And as you know, we have so many non-Iranian viewers. What is the one thing that you want to talk about Nowruz? What is the most significant feature of Nowruz, in your opinion?
I honestly, I don't know. It just feels good, and it's having getting to see, like having an excuse to go see your family. I think is a big enough reason. Obviously, I can't go see my family because they're all in Iran, but that's one of the greatest traditions. Going to see your elders. That's fun. And then setting up, like getting ready for Nowruz and getting your sufra, have seen
home shaking.
Yeah.
It shakes all your universe down. You know, like it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. And you find some stuff you don't even know, why did you do them? I mean, like, what is this? Oh my god. I mean, yeah, you find a lot of stuff that might bring you. And it's not just about material home shaking. You know, you need to shake everything out, like all the thoughts, all the negativity, all this. This is the tradition of doing your home shaking for a couple of days before. But yeah, so today I went to my sister's for the New Year thing. And I made a joke because I thought, I mean, she had this cookies and ajil and all this stuff, nuts, and
Yeah.
I started eating them like crazy. And then I made a joke about myself. I said, I thought that I love Nowruz, but apparently I just love this stuff. I mean, I don't care about Nowruz. I disconnected with anyone. I didn't talk on the phone. I'd like to just keep eating it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a lot
The
of
food is a
eating,
good part of it.
in Nowruz as well, right?
Yeah, I love samanu.
Oh my God, who does that? Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who does
But,
that?
yeah.
My sister does love it. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, this is not something to eat.
You don't?
It's a decoration. You don't eat it. Do you?
It's food.
It's food, but like not so common. It's more like a decoration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Thank you
Yeah.
for talking to me and joining me.
Oh, one thing I wanted to point out is what you said about Punatekuni. You can't do that here because one of our traditions, I'm going to say this to other people, is they wash their like walls and their floors. You can't do that here because the houses are made of wood.
Yeah, don't wash the walls. Yeah, don't wash the walls and floors. Yeah, your house will be on water then. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everything is kind of like fake around here.
Yeah, your house is gonna rot because it's all wood.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening.
We missed you the past 2 days.
Yeah, thank you. I was shaking. It's okay. Yeah. I miss you too. I miss you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right. Before I was in Iran, when we have our Nowruz, we are, all the schools are closed for 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks long holiday. It's a lot. 2 weeks is honestly, it passes like this for children, but you start missing these 2 weeks at the for the 15th of the Farvardin, which is our month. So this is the best, let's say, time for memories and every year. So 2 weeks, and you go places, travels, trips around with visiting friends, families, and that's why we are so excited about Eid, even when there's no school. When talk about Eid, you talk about, oh yeah, no. Honestly, like seriously, today I was thinking, oh, tomorrow it's my holiday. Tomorrow I don't have to go to whatever I do, and then I remember though I don't have to go anywhere anytime. So here we go. Still, I enjoyed this holiday. Let's see who else is here and who wants to join me today. All right, we have Rashta, the one and only Rashta. In 3, 2, ding, 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 ding. Hello.
Happy Nowruz.
Thank you. Hi. Happy Nowruz to you too.
How are you?
Thank you so much. You don't celebrate Nowruz, do you?
No. But I do have. It's not new to me. I actually became aware of it. I had some Iranian friends in pharmacy school, and so they thing. And then I watched a video on it. So it's quite interesting. It goes back. It kind of correlates in relationship to just different. Everybody has their own thing, So I think every tradition. It's almost like Diwali for Hindus, and so. Excuse me. But yeah, no. I think it's a beautiful tradition. I loved hearing about like your table and what it meant and how you guys do all that and stuff like that. So it was really neat.
Yeah. Thank you. It's not just in Iran. I know that Nowruz is a tradition that many countries in Asia sometimes, like, if I'm not wrong, like, please, let's see if people are watching from like Tajikistan, like Uzbekistan, and this,
probably.
In Middle Asia, they celebrate it as well.
I think with Pakistan, I think we we get so much of our culture from India because we were one country, and we're such a new country. So and it's an Islamic republic, so it does have other religions there, but it's mostly we celebrate the big one, like Shabbat. I think it was Shabbat Barat a few nights ago, the holy night. I think it's like 15 days before Ramadan, and then during Ramadan there's Shab Qadr, which is another one, where it's like if people pray like all night
19th, 21st, 23rd.
Yeah, and then the 27th Rosa, of course, the last Friday, Ramadan, and then of course Eid al-Had and Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is the Ramadan one, and then Eid al-Had, you probably know, is the one where for Hajj. So those are our big ones, and then what is that guy? I forgot about that other one. A lot of people don't do it here. I forgot about it. I'll tell you when I remember it. But yeah, no. So ours is there right now. I can't do it because fasting. I just can't fast. But my husband's in preparations of trying to get his body in prepared mode for work and fasting and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no. I mean, we're just chilling. I'm trying to get over this cold. The doctor told me to take a COVID test, and I did, and I'm negative, thank God. But I think I overdid it yesterday.
You're negative, thank God.
Yeah. No, I think I just overdid it. I cooked a whole bunch of stuff and then put it in the fridge so I don't have to worry about it for a couple of days. So it gives me some rest. And so, but I did listen to, I came in and said you were on the Clubhouse for International. So I did listen to that for about an hour. That was really neat, listening to all those people. So I listened to that for about, I think, an hour today. So that was nice. So it's just like, it was nice listening to it's like everybody pretty much thinks the same way. We always
how are you navigating around Clubhouse? How do you find it?
That was the first time. It just said that you were in Clubhouse, and I went there and I just listened of what was going on, and it was just talking about International Happiness Day, and then they talked about there were a couple of other topics that they wanted. I actually like it. I was thinking about it when I feel better. I'm thinking of starting some groups for myself.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
I want to do because I think I want to do some maybe some on one I really want to do, which is I think is very important for women, and I'm going to probably announce it on Juice Plus. Is I want to do postpartum depression, especially for a lot of the younger women, especially the women from other cultures, because it is not recognized in our culture. Okay, it's not accepted in our culture, and as a practitioner, and on top of it, as a victim of it, I think I have a really good perspective on just postpartum blues versus depression versus psychosis, the three different kinds, and what to expect and how to take care of yourself. I've been brainstorming a whole bunch because I'm feeling better now. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool that Dr. Iman did this because I don't have to bring anybody on. People can come in as they want if they want to listen. So I can bring up that. I mean, there's social services. There's, if what to do if a business has done you wrong. There's it's just life experiences that I've had that I've learned from that I can pass on to other people. Like being first generation person who's gone to college and how to navigate that, or first generation raising your second generation here and how to navigate that. So just different things. So I really enjoyed the way it went. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I think it'll be a good platform to kind of just be informative of certain things that I think is necessary for women. Because I think there's so many times that we just put ourselves on the back burner.
Mhm.
And I think that's one of my things I always have done. And we need to remember to take care of ourselves, because as a homemaker, everything, in the old ages, they say men go out and they do it and you make the home. But when you actually think about making a home, it's not as easy as it looks.
It's of
You know,
course
people-
it's not. Yeah.
And so you have like these multitude of things that you have to think about. Okay, I'm doing this at this time, doing this at this time, and doing this. I mean, I think for me, it's almost like a blessing that I'm home now. I've been home, because I was always a working mom, and I worked, and then I did my second shift at home. So now I'm actually like, I feel like you said, it's International Happiness Day. I'm actually happy. Like, I'm happy to do these things because I'm not tired all the time.
Mhm.
I'm happy to do these things because I know I have time to spend. You know what I mean? So it's just a different mindset I think I'm in, which I'm some of my people might take this really strangely, but I think indirectly it was a blessing in disguise that I got ill, because it made a lot of other things come to light into my mind.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, like they said in the group today, yeah, it's great to have money, but it's not going to bring you happiness. It's just like the story I tell when I came home from, my 7-hour surgery 3 years ago. I can walk in with all but my designer bags aren't going to cure my cancer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. So I'm hoping when I get up to it and kind of have a little bit more information and see if, I'll, so I don't know if you would want to join me or moderate with me. But I'd love to if you would like to.
Mhm.
But that's something that I've been thinking about, because I think there's so many things that people can learn because from others. Because when you have experiences and you pass them on to other people, it just makes it a little easier for them.
Mhm. True.
You know what I mean?
True.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Of course, yeah. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
this is as we planned. As if you remember months ago when we were talking, I told you that you have so much to share, and you have your story must be heard, and this is part of the plan that you can definitely help others. So thank you so much.
I've always wanted to, and it's funny because I've always spoken to people. Like I've always, like when I was in, it was funny, when I was in college, I was in a religion class and I was asked to go speak at a Catholic school. And I was 18, 19 only, and I was speaking to high schoolers. And I was talking to them about Islam and all that. And then this is more culture. And I remember a young guy, a little kid, raises his hand and he goes, "So you guys don't date?" In my era, we didn't. Nowadays, it's different. And I'm like, "No, we don't." And he goes, "So you're really pretty." He goes, "What would you do if a guy would come up to you and say, 'Hey, I want to take you out on a date'?" I'm like, "Well, first of all, the way I speak to people, I already have these walls up. I have these barriers. People already know where their limits lie, number one. But if that person seems to be forward enough and say, I would just have to say, I'm sorry, this is not something that we do." So yeah, it was really, that was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. They found it very amazing, that the concept of not being able to date and do all that. So it was quite interesting. So
thank you so much. Thank you for the share. Nice to see you again. And
it's nice to see you.
Of course. And let's talk again soon. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Alrighty. International Happiness Day. It's definitely not enough. One day in the calendar for happiness? You got to be kidding me. But why not? Let's use this title to talk about happiness. Today is the first day of spring, technically, and it's our new year as well, Nowruz. So we have so much to talk about. If you want to join and you have shares, please feel free to do so. And let's see, we have friends on TikTok as well who's waiting. Let's say CV is there. Let's see. Hello. Hi. Let's see again. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Now I can hear you loud and clear. It's beautiful. Hi. How are you doing?
Fine. Glad to connect. I'm from Argentina. I'm in San Juan. I love your account. I'm a lawyer in family law, and I love helping people and trying to find solutions for many different kind of people, many different issues. And I find your account very energetic, full of empathy and enthusiasm. So it gives me good vibes for my work too.
Muchísimas gracias, señorita.
So, you speak Spanish. ¿Algo de español?
Un poco, poquito. Tengo que practicar mucho, but yeah, so I'm getting there. I think we missed your name. I see CV here, but you didn't introduce yourself.
My full name is, Sylvia Power is just a nickname, and my full name is Silvia Garcia. Very Spanish.
Okay, Silvia. Silvia from Argentina, San Juan, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's next to the Andes Mountains.
Okay, and Argentina is a beautiful, great, enormous country, right? It's a great country. It's a big country.
Yes, it is full of all types of landscapes, weathers, geological compositions. I don't know how to say. And the Pope comes from here. The Pope's in the Vatican.
The popes come from Argentina. They go to Vatican.
Yes, the Pope now was something very revolutionary, and he comes from Argentina.
Okay.
And have you visited us?
Excuse me?
Have you visited Argentina?
Not yet. But yeah, so you never know. Maybe soon. I probably will have some stuff to do in Central and South America, of course. You stay tuned. But let's talk about your language. So you mentioned family law. We definitely want to talk about that maybe later, and I'm sure that your shares would be extremely valuable for my audience about family law. But let's talk about what is happiness in your language?
It is felicidad.
Felicidad.
That's the word. Yes.
And what is the, let's say, in your, not maybe it's not about your country, in your ideology, in your life yourself, what is the practices that you do to find happiness, and what is the thing that you find that makes you happy?
Honestly, I'm the kind of person that thinks happiness is very tied to hard working. I am sort of workaholic and love to be, and I find happiness in I find happiness in work. I wouldn't say anything different from that. Sorry.
Sylvia, we have a lot to discuss. Honestly?
Yes, but work, nice work. I mean, work that I
love. I know. This is the mindset of hardworking, push harder, push your boundaries, go further. This is I personally this is not the ideology that I am the fan of. Life, if you do it right, is effortless. You don't need to push harder and go beyond your boundaries. Of course, I'm not promoting being lazy, but if you are going in a right path in your balance, in the what that you are meant to do, it's effortless. For others, it might seem that you're doing a lot, how you're doing this, but for you, because it's based on your gifts and it's based on your abilities and your passion and your love, everything you're doing is effortless. Hard work is an idea of, let's say, the industrial world after like last 200 years. Push harder, go further. Like, there's no comfort in life. Life is comfort. Happiness comes from your comfort. Again, it's a big difference between being lazy and being doing things effortlessly. But so of course, this is your opinion, and if your job or what you do makes you happy, definitely keep doing this. But I had to add this hard work. The word hard work is not something that I am a big fan of.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, let me clarify, or let me add something else, just for my brief time remaining.
Mm-hmm.
The point about my work and why I try to encourage everyone to find everyone's way to do things happily, even at work, is because my work involves a lot of skills I enjoy very much, and I develop creative ways to combine them and to reinforce them. For instance, writing, making short videos for showing judges complicated situations from families. And so I use knowledge from cinema, from writing. I read a lot, which I do love. So I feel blessed by my work.
So you do what you love, and technically you're not working for a single day. You do what you love, and you do it more and more. It's my point was based on this idea that, like, if you do this and this and this today, you need to do more tomorrow. Then you need to add something else, and then bring this mindset to your home and inject it to your children. Okay, so you take your children from this class to the other one, from the music class to the sport class to the next one to the next one, and you just keep pushing forward, and you don't enjoy anything in life. That is a different idea. But of course, if you really love what you do, me personally, like, this is what I'm doing, right? So I focus, and I'm doing this for like 20 hours a day. All the time I keep thinking about, so what is the next step, what's the best strategy, what to do, and I don't even feel that I'm working. It's my life. Someone mentioned passion in the comment, and it's absolutely right. When you put so much time in something, if you love if you love it, and if it's based on your gift and it's meant to you, it will turn to your passion. If not, it will give you anxiety. Passion is not something that you are born with. You are born with your gifts, and if you work on your gift, it will become your passion. But if this is not your gift, this is not meant for you, but you push it too hard and keep pushing and spend too much time and just try to achieve there, even if you do, it will turn to anxiety because it's not fulfilling. That was my point.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. I'm so happy to talk to you today from beautiful Argentina, and hopefully next time you join, I have more Spanish words to talk.
Yeah, it was a pleasure indeed.
Thank you too. Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
Thank you, son.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm just thinking about what they hasta ahora, hasta mañana. Hasta mañana is like, yeah, hasta ahora, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so let's see. Perfecto. Thank you so much. It's kind of like really complicated. I try to keep eye on all the comments and respond to my guests and have my share ready. So cut some slack for me, please. Here, let's see. Get back to Instagram for a while and go back to TikTok again. Hasta luego.
Oh my gosh, it's me.
Hola, it's you. Hello.
Let me just take my phone because I actually have my stand this time.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Iman?
Happy Nowruz.
Happy Nowruz.
I like your scarf. It's golden, magical scarf. What is it?
Yes, it's from India. It's made by beautiful Indian women by hand, and it's silk. So I'm so excited to have it.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's already shining. It added to your shine.
Thank you. How was your holiday? I hope you had a great day.
Excuse me, it just started. Don't do this to me. Yeah, it's just a start. How was your holiday? Come on. It's just today is the first day of our new year. So technically,
okay, sassy.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. How was your holiday? Because it just reminded me a lot of pain. Oh my God, is it done? After because as I said, it's 2 weeks for for all the children in my country. They have 2 weeks off, and it passes like this. I mean,
yeah.
You don't even know
you're
what.
Having fun.
Yeah, for first couple of days it's okay, and you're kind of like confident that you still have time. But when you turn your head, it's gone. Pretty much like life, It just.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, I enjoy the observing nature, observing seasons passing by, and it's part of my observation, of course, thinking about all this stuff happening. How was your day? How was your happiness day? I mean, this is International Happiness Day, and so do you guys do anything for spring? Do you have something similar or?
So I make my own holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a spring baby, and my birthday is coming up on April 14th. So I feel like spring is I really bloom. Like I feel like I bloom all year, but specifically when spring comes, I get this renewed sense of energy, and when the sun comes out too, it gives me hope. So I went ahead and I updated my wardrobe to represent my spirit. As you guys can see, like I'm a gypsy, so I decided to like dress like a gypsy, and that's making me super happy because I feel like my identity is finally matching my appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I started my first belly dance rehearsal today, so I'm super hyped.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go?
All I can say is I feel alive again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel alive again. For the first time in 2 years, I feel like I got my spirit back fully. Because at first, like, I was super conscious of my moves because my body is, of course, not as light and not as flexible as it used to be 2 years ago. But as soon as I let go, like seriously, as soon as I let go of judgments, and this is what I want to say about happiness today. Happiness is our natural frequency. It's returning back to your inner child. There is an inner child inside each one of us, and it's alive. But some people, when you're unable to be happy, it's because your inner child is clutched up inside of you, and you're not letting that inner child come out because we are always afraid of judgments. We basically let the world define us and tell us what we are and how we should feel and what we should be in life. But for me, I don't want to use profanity because you guys know me. I use profanity a lot.
Mhm.
Can I use profanity?
I don't even know what does that mean, but do whatever you
Okay,
mean.
like I always use bad words, like not always, but most of the time. Like I feel like happiness is not giving an F what people think. Excuse my French. Like because I lived many years in my life
Mhm.
caring about how people see me, and I'm like trying to maintain this appearance of like switching back and forth between being the academic and like the dancer and the gypsy. It was a lot of pressure. It was honestly a lot of pressure, and when
I
took
just,
all
you
this-
know, I mean, let me just. I was thinking about. So you were talking about belly dancing and then happiness, and then you asked me, "Can I do something?" I said, okay, let's do this. I mean, I was just ready to see some moves, and you said like some F words. Okay, yeah,
I have ADHD.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was not as I expected, but yeah, it's okay.
Because Iman, I respect your content and channel, and I don't want to just let myself wander on and on. I'm trying to cover the topic, but at the same time share my experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I want to give something back to people that they can use tonight too. I don't want to just be bluffing up on here. So I feel like happiness happened for me when I finally dropped all the judgments. I dropped my fear of judgments because people would tell me about belly dance, like, how can you go and teach kids, be in a lecture hall and teach kids and do sessions, healing sessions for people, but then wear a belly dance costume and shake your hips. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Both of these people are me. I don't have to choose between one of the two. You know, I don't know why we try to categorize people or tell people like where they should be. Like you can be both. It's from a subconscious point of view. I think it's safer for us to always find the box to fit ourselves in because boxes are stable and predictable, and people like to see you in a certain box because now they can know what to expect from you. But then when you transition back and forth between different identities, people kind of see you as an outcast, and they really don't want to deal with you because they don't know what to expect from you. Like, what are you going to take out of your magical box next? Are you going to hurt me? Are you going to love me? So I feel like I speak today on behalf of all the hippies and the outcasts and the people rejected in society. Be yourself. Don't be afraid of judgments. Go back to the inner child you are. Go to the playground and swing. Go out and eat ice cream and open your car windows and drive down. If you don't have a car, run down the street. Literally, people aren't paying your rent at the end of the day. They're not doing you anything, so they don't have a right to judge you. And it's not just about money. The people who truly love you unconditionally, they will not be judging you. They will be wanting to see you happy. If someone doesn't want to see you happy, then they are loving you according to their own expectations. And that doesn't really work. You have to allow people to bring out their inner child. And the people that you're happiest around are the people who are able to bring out their inner child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you ever been around someone and then you felt like you can't be yourself, even though especially if you're a confident person, but then sometimes you go around certain people and you feel uptight for no reason, you know? And then when you look at those people, you find that their inner child is so entangled up in there. They're so judgmental of themselves. And a lot of times people judge you the way they judge themselves. So if people are judging you harshly, just know this has nothing to do with you. It's all about them. It's all about issues that they have. You don't have to be accountable for it. You can still love them, but you don't have to live according to their expectations. So for me, to sum this up, because I talk forever, happiness is dancing. Happiness is waking up early and watching the sunrise and eating my favorite ice cream while the sun rises. Happiness is as simple as having $10 headphones from Walmart, putting those in my ear and playing my favorite songs and just losing myself to the music. Happiness is like bliss. This bliss that you feel when you completely lose yourself in something that you're passionate about, whether this thing is, it's a profession, it's a person, everything in life is double-sided. You can do it like it's a duty. If you do things in life like you're obligated to do them, you're never gonna be happy because you're feeling like a slave, and slaves are never happy. But if you're doing something, even if it's really challenging, but you're doing it because you love it, then you're gonna be happy because you're actually not a slave and you're passionate about it. And that's my piece.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your share. Thank you for your ice cream. Thank you for belly dance. And I'm glad that you find your inner child and now you're working on it. And of course, I really appreciate your share. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for letting me on.
Of course,
Happy Nuruz again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, now we are almost halfway there. Last 45 minutes, we warmed up the stage. We had some shares. We talk about happiness. We talk about Nowruz. We talk to friends. And as you know, happiness is a topic that is so close to my heart. And I really do want to find some practical approach about happiness, to see what is actually, because it doesn't matter that if you are poor, rich, fat, thin, tall, short, everyone wants to be happy and everyone's looking for happiness. How come something that simple is so desired and wanted and still so hard to get? Even when you find it, you lose it like this. It just turn to puff in a moment. So these simplest things happen, it will disrupt your happiness. And I talked about this book before, Solve for Happy. This is one of the books that I absolutely love the content of the book. The author himself is an amazing, I believe is one of the most intelligent people I've ever lived on this planet. And he is your fellow Egyptians, Mo Godat. His name is Mo Godat, and the book name is Solve for Happy. Solve like solution. Solve for Happy. SOLVE for happy. Sorry, my accent probably. If V is not like V. Solve. No hard feeling, because every time I ask Alexa to read the book, she definitely has a
Getting a selection from Audible. Resume Solve for Happy.
Alexa, stop. Thank you for that. Yeah, so she sometimes has problem with my saying solve for happy, like V and like V, F and V together. It's kind of like you need to solve for happy. Yeah. Anyway, so this is a very practical book toward happiness. And I read this book many times. And as you see, still on my Audible. There are some practical things that I decided to talk about on our happiness sessions. And I keep repeating myself because something that simple shouldn't be that complicated to find, right? If you expect me to show up every time and, or not me, like any, like these happiness gurus to bring you something that you never heard about, how is it possible that sometimes something that simple, you need a magical approach, or you need something that you never heard about to find? There are simple steps, but you need to repeat them 100 times to integrate it to your life. So that's what I decided to do. We talk about them, and each day maybe we talk about a certain topic, but every time I repeat them over and over. About happiness, there is a myth that there is a, I think, false statement that all these happiness gurus believe in. What should we learn to become happy? Happiness is your birthright, is your default state. When you came to this world, you were happy and you didn't know nothing. So you don't need to learn something to become happy. You need to unlearn a bunch of stuff to get back to that first default statement. So first of all, you don't need to learn anything to be happy. You just need to unlearn a bunch of stuff. Many of us nowadays are in the statement that we call suffering. Suffering is self-generated pain. We live in our head, and we keep repeating a pain that we had it once, and this is a state of suffering. So let me walk you through the whole. I mean, I'm trying to squeeze the book in 10 minutes, so hang in there. But we will repeat it over and over again. There are 3 steps from suffering to joy. I talk about first step. I invite a friend. We talk again. I talk about second step. So I divide them in 3 steps. First step, from suffering to happiness, there are some illusions that we need to get over. Them 6 grand illusions. I wrote them down when I was talking. I just wrote it down. I think, I mean, I didn't know that I can remember the whole thing, but that's good. Anyway, so 6 grand illusions. I cannot go through details. We will definitely in our talks. Thoughts. Your thoughts is an illusion. It's in your head. Thoughts are illusions. Self is an illusion. Control is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Time, and let's see if I can find them all, and knowledge. Oh my God, I love this one. And knowledge. Time, knowledge, self, thoughts, control, and fear. These are illusions. We definitely will talk more to break them down, why it's illusion. Someone might say, oh no, fear is good for me. Fear save us. It doesn't. But just to begin with, let's have all the 6 things that I mentioned remove. We need to, not that you cannot remove them today, remove them from your life. You might say, how can I remove thoughts from my life? I mean, what would I be? I think, therefore I am. No. Your brain generated thoughts, therefore you think. That you're not your brain. So this is it. This is the idea. If you know that you're not your brain, that's enough. Thoughts are not you. You're not your thoughts. Sometimes you might have not pleasant thoughts. It's not you. You might have some naughty thoughts, some dirty thoughts, some horrible thoughts. We have patients who come to psychologists with thoughts that it's killing them. They think about harming their children. This is not them. It's a thought. It's a generation of the brain, right? They are there to. It's your brain offers them, present them to you to consider. This is not you. That's the thought. So we'll talk about the rest, but because I was so passionate, let's just cool down and we talk about illusions. First step, illusions. We repeat them a couple of times and then we go to the next step. But so for now, let's see who wants to join and wants to share, talk about thoughts, illusions, like one of these illusions that we talk about. All right. I see that there are so many friends. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank goodness. I'm chomping at the bit tonight to talk to you about this. as you probably gathered. First of all, Shatori.
حال شما چطور؟ قربان شما، دست شما که سلامت شما چطور؟ خوبه؟ خیلی زحمت کشیدیم اومدیم قربونتون. من خیلی زحمت کشیدم. خوشحال شدم از دیدنتون. You want to do this? We can do this.
All right. Eid Nowruz Mubarak.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Eid Nowruz Mubarak to you too, Julianne. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Right. Now, listening to the latter part of your conversation then, deep thought now, happiness can mean so many different things. I agree with Gypsy's soul. It can be, listening to birds, getting in tune with yourself, all sorts of things. I think, unfortunately, people's happiness is often defined by others' expectations of them. So therefore, people are too eager to please, and they don't look deep into their soul. And I think you should always look deep into your soul. Be like a
so
river,
that's beautiful that you said that. I mean, let's find the I mean, you're talking about the like expectations, right? And that's in this book they mentioned, and I'm a firm believer of this. There is an equation, happiness equation. Your happiness equal to, maybe greater than, your perception of an event minus your expectation. Mm-hmm. You don't. We cannot fully understand an event because there's millions different aspects of just one single event, right? So our perception of an event minus our expectation. Think about the moment that you were happy. Any time in your life, when you think about it, life at that moment was acting the exact way that you expect it to. So everything is the way that I want it to. That's how you make you feel happy. So you cannot control all the world, but you can control your expectations, right? So please continue. And I want to find the roots of this expectation in one of these illusions.
Okay. Well, I also think illusions are learned behavior as well, because if you wind right way back to a newborn baby, and then as they progress, they've learned nothing, and yet they're happy. They will sit there, they will gurgle, they will laugh at you. I think the happiest thing that's happened recently is my youngest granddaughter laughing at her mother just shaking a bin bag. She didn't know what that bin bag was, whether it was the noise or whatever, but she laughed. And my daughter captured it on video and sent it to me, which was absolutely heartwarming, because in this crazy, horrible world that we live in, we've only got television on, and it kills our soul because we are powerless to do anything other than watch it lots of times. And as I say, with learned behavior, a particular thing with me, I don't like snakes. And I absolutely detest snakes. Now, there's a reason I'm saying this, because, as I say, learned behavior. Many, many years ago, when my daughter was young, I actually had a snake put around my neck. It took a lot of getting myself ready for it, preparing for it. I did want to do it, but I thought, well, I'm going to do it because I don't want her to have the learned behavior of fear of a snake. She needs to respect, and it's a two-way street, because the snake could be as fearful as the adult, as the human can be as fearful of the snake. So that was my point of trying not to teach her learned behavior. Mm-hmm. It killed me inside, and I still don't like snakes, but that's neither here nor there. So that's an example of learned behavior. If you look at children in the playground, you have little groups of children. You'll get some children who have learned behavior maybe from their parents or other people. For instance, racism. That's learned behavior. They don't really know how to hate. They learn. Again, it's an illusion. It's the programming of the brain. The brain is our computer. So when we feel fearful, when we feel anxious, when we feel sad, if we strip it right back and look at what has given us the fear, what has given us the sadness, what has given us the anxiety, if we look back, there's nothing there. Mm-hmm. It's learned behavior. It's what's programmed. So if you program something, you program a computer. A computer doesn't go wrong. It can only act out what it's been programmed to do. So our head, our mind, is a computer. So going right way back and rewinding, try not to digress here, in going back to that baby who is pure, they have nothing programmed.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing programmed. You mentioned a little while ago about war zone and where you might see children playing where their parents are absolutely fearful. The children are not, they're aware of their surroundings, but they're not aware of the cause. They're not aware of what's going to happen. So they're able to be free. And I think the thing with happiness is to be able to be free, to go deep into the soul, to appreciate what we have. And what we have is a beautiful temple. It's not about shackles. It's not about belongings, money. It's a beautiful temple. It's our body. And it's not about other people's expectations or trying to please everybody else. Because by the time you've pleased someone, you're literally going to take your last breath, because you cannot please everyone.
Mm-hmm.
The one person you must please is yourself, and find inner peace. And the only way you're going to find inner peace is to be true to yourself, to just be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't matter how much worry you put on something, it will not change what is happening. You have to just be, breathe and be. And it's the same with illnesses, with prognosis. A doctor can give you a prognosis based on tests, based on analytic things, based on what may have been seen or may have been read in a textbook, but there is no textbook patient. You know, you see patients that are on death's door, but they rally. How do they rally? It's not the doctor's input, it's the body's healing. So there is no textbook. As there is no textbook, child, as we cannot live our expectation, our own dreams through our children. And so many people do that. They really do. Last evening, I was fortunate to go to theatre. I went twofold. A, to see the show I wanted to see. It's a friend's birthday, so I took friends out. And also because I hadn't seen one of the performers for 15 years. And he's made some lifestyle changes, some which he made freely, not at the expectations of his family. And to see him on stage last evening was just wonderful. To meet him after 15 years, that moment when he met me, I mean, he's my daughter's age, when he met me, and he said, wow, we haven't seen each other for 15 years. I'm coming to the stage door. And he ran to meet me. That moment was pure happiness. There was no expectations of how he was going to be, how I was going to be. We were literally, it was time gone back. And we both said, my God, the last time we were here in this theatre, what were we doing? You know? But that was happiness. So that's another form of happiness. Seeing a child playing in a war zone, that sounds crazy, but it's happiness because they're not affected as an adult is, because they are not programmed. We program ourselves, we stigmatize, listening to Rashta about the postpartum depression. Every woman has postpartum depression in a different degree. It's the managing of it and the way that it's been stigmatized that makes it so hard for so many people. And the expectations, you must be a good mum. You must do this. There's a textbook. You must do... No. You have to just be. And be like that river, flowing. Let your soul flow. Don't take on everybody else's expectations. Don't take on the dark gloom. Take on your inner soul and be at one. Be peaceful. And stop programming with speculation, prognosis, media hype, stigma. You know, stop programming with that, because life is so short. Today is here, tomorrow's not promised. So it doesn't matter what expectation someone gives you. You are never going to meet that expectation. Why? That is so selfish. We are here once to live, to love, to laugh, to be free, and to be joyful, be kind. I've looked at some of the comments tonight as people are talking, and I'm thinking, sometimes I look at it and I think it's a little unkind. Everybody's got a view, but let's all just step back from trying to please each other, trying to have the biggest ego. It's not about that. It's about being at one, being happy. So I think it's inner contentment, and I think it's stripping it back to childhood, to rebirth, which is ideal. A new day today, particularly in your calendar, is ideal. Spring has sprung. Lambs are being born. Buds are coming up. That you've got your beautiful flowers coming in. You've got nicer, warmer air. Hopefully, beautiful sun. The sea is not so rough as it used to be. So there are your elements: the water, the earth, the animal, the plant, the human. So there are a few elements there, and it's just really about being content. And being accepting of each other, But happiness starts from within our temple, and stop programming this.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Julianne, for your beautiful share.
You're welcome.
It's nice to see you as usual. And so thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, great. Awesome. She mentioned people pleasing, conditioning, and programming. We can find the roots of these things in the illusions. Let's dig a little bit deeper, see if we can find anything in these illusions, and then we can go to the next step. Again, I decided to go with this approach, to repeat. That's how I used to teach, and I used to teach medical students before. I don't give them like 100 different topics a day. I give them 5, but I repeat them 20 times. That was the way that's the way that we do. I do. Okay. So again, get back to our 6 grand illusions: thoughts, self, time, control, knowledge, and fear. And as Julianne mentioned, people pleasing, it's part of your ego. You're just looking for validation. You're just looking for someone to approve you. And that's how you keep doing this. And that could be part of it. So self is part of the ego. Again, we can break them down one by one, talk about them from the top to the bottom. But so we just keep repeating them for now. For this session, we just have them in mind, but we definitely go deeper in this illusions and others. Happiness is your default state. When you are born, you're happy. And then you start to discover this world with your senses. You start to see, you start to look at your hand, look at your body, understand what's happening. You start to listen to others. You have no idea what they're talking. You see they're moving around. They probably will say things that you have no idea what. Then you start repeating them. And this is the process of creation of the ego. And the more you learn, the further you become from the happiness state. We definitely have learned some useful material over our life. So we're going to keep them, but then we are going to unlearn so many other things that interrupt our happiness. The second step from suffering to happiness is this 7 blind spots, as he mentions in his book Mogoda. 7 blind spots. Let's see if I can how many of them I can remember. So let's start with the first one. Memories. These are the blind spot in your brain that they interfere with your happiness. Let's start with memories. I try to remember, right? So memories, emotions, exaggeration, labeling, filtering, and assumption, of course, and let's see, prediction. Assumption, prediction, filtering, labeling, emotion, memories, and exaggeration. These are the blind spot in your brain. We agreed in this fact that you are not your brain. Your brain is a tool, and your brain mess your happiness equation with all this 7 blind spots, because the brain is designed to keep you alive, not to keep you happy. Your brain is designed for survivor. As a hunter 20,000 years ago, your brain use all these tools that I mentioned to keep you alive from a tiger attack. But if you put too much value in these 7, so your happiness will be fake. Again, we go deeper in this topic. So 7 blind spots, we talk about them too. And next step would be 5 ultimate truth that I'm going to add one more. In my opinion, there are 6, but that would be next step. So for now, let's see if we can talk to one more friend before we get to our 5 ultimate truth.
Hey guys, can you guys?
Agnes. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
Hi. Do you guys see me here?
I see you here.
Can you guys see me? Okay, happy Nowruz.
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 I live with Arabic people. They live next door. I think this is what they had yesterday. Nowruz.
No, Arabic. I believe not Arabic people have no rules, but yeah. So there are some other countries beside Iran.
There was a party next door yesterday.
Yesterday was I think it was
Holi.
Holi, if I'm not wrong. It's for India that they celebrate with all the colors and stuff. Yesterday was, and they do it in the beginning of spring as well, like us. But
I think they're from they Palestinian. I think they're Palestinian. Those guys. So no, right now.
You are talking about this.
I tried.
Yeah, you're talking about the 6th truth that I'm going to add to his list, the list that I'm talking about. I will talk about it later. So how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
There is something I wanted to share with you guys today. What made me happy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So before I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that there is 2 parts to my story. My mother issues that I have suffered for like 10, 15 years. And